Welcome to GameBros. This is Cuco.
This is Riddle.
And this is DJ Fuego.
And this is Prodigy.
I love YouTube, but man, they need to stop touching your stuff, bro.
Honestly, for real.
I know that technology evolves and you're always constantly updating things, but YouTube, stop updating your stuff. Because all you're doing is making things more complicated for all of us.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So we're super excited today. We actually have the old school crew back together again, plus Riddle, of course.
Yeah.
So
she's new.
So it's a little bit better.
So yeah. It's like having the best dinner you've ever had plus a good dessert. That's basically what we're doing here. But we got a lot of stuff to talk about. You're excited to be back, DJ Fuego?
Oh yeah, loving this. Feel just like if I'm riding a bike, I got this. We got this.
It's like you never left, right?
Nope.
Yeah,
it's still warm.
The seat's still warm. Maybe because Alex left you a gift on the seat.
Oh man.
Hitman. Sorry, Hitman. So there's a lot of stuff that we need to cover. And I don't know if you guys remember a couple weeks ago we talked a little bit about GameStop and how GameStop's having problems financially and all that. So now they came up with a way to kind of counteract that. Mm-hmm. So, Riddle, what do you think of GameStop's way of counteracting the $700 million they're losing?
They're trying to improve somehow. I think this is a great way to start. I know I don't want to say what the... I'll talk about it? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
So they're doing the return policy, and I know that if this would have been in effect when I bought World War Z, I definitely would have took advantage of it.
Oh, man.
Which we'll talk about World War Z later.
Yeah, you got ahead of us here. What's going on?
Well, I'm giving an example.
Okay. But so what is the return policy?
So GameStop is giving its promotional trade-in credit only within 48 hours of a game launch. So you can buy a game and you have a chance to return it only within those 48 hours of the launch.
Okay, so
there is a time frame.
So there's a time. So for example, like you said, World War Z. So so you can actually try out the game, and if you don't like it, you can return it.
You can unseal it, everything. You can play it. So yeah, if you don't like it, you return it as long as you're in that 48-hour window.
Okay.
And it's only the standard edition of games, though. It can't be like a
collector's edition, those things. So is there a downside to this?
As long as you don't lose your receipt.
Okay.
There is.
What's the downside?
Well, I guess you don't get your full. You're not getting fully paid back.
Yeah, that's right. It can't be more than $59.99.
Okay.
Anything more than that, you don't get. So if you have paid tax on a game, you're not going to get that back, and you get it back as a gift card.
Okay, so the money stays at GameStop.
Okay. Yes.
That's what they want. So they want to keep the money.
So that way they get something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but still, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
Because you just keep recycling. What they should do.
But you lose $10 every time, though.
With a lot of Coca-Cola and and a bunch of drinks, just so you could, get that game going.
And it's not like you're completely losing out. You did get to play the game.
Yeah. You lose out of the tax money. That's what you lose. But like you said, you get to try out the game. It's basically like you rented it for $10, I guess, for those 2 days. And the money does stay at GameStop. So I guess you could keep recycling those $60 and keep trying different games. And all you have to do is pay the tax every time you try a new one. So that you think this will help GameStop get back on their feet as far as getting their customers back? I don't think people stopped going to GameStop because they could not return their games.
Yeah, I don't think that was the main issue, to be honest. I think
it makes a big difference. At least you get $60 back within those 48 days. Mm-hmm. 48 hours instead of getting like 50 cents back, right? When you try to return it to them, they give you 50 cents, something like that.
The trade-in value.
I definitely think it's a start, though. When a new game comes out and let's say you're iffy about it, I would definitely try the GameStop return policy rather than download it and then I'm screwed.
You're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I was thinking the same thing.
It was really clever of them, actually, I think. It's a start.
Hitman says, I traded in my 3D games, some Wii games, a 1992 Honda Civic, and I got 47 cents. Wow. And most of that was the Wii games, not even the Honda Civic. So you think that this is a way of, that olive branch they're trying to extend to the gamers and say, hey, come back and keep shopping with us?
I think so. I mean, when a new game comes out, I'll definitely consider GameStop if they're having that promotional trade-in with the new game that I'm thinking of buying. So.
All right, cool.
So that way there's a way of trying it. I think it's a good idea.
The sad
I
thing.
think it's a great idea.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
It's just what you said. Like, we can try it out. If we don't like it, just like it has happened to us before. So, like, I think it's a great idea. There, if you think about it, that's the only thing that keeps us away from going to GameStop is just that I have to drive over there. I'm going to get the same game that I could download, and it's going to be the same value. It's the same thing no matter what. But now, like, you put added value to going to GameStop, go over there, try it out. I like it, I keep it. I don't like it, I can return it. I still have my money back. I think that's a very good incentive.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So one of the games that you could try out soon and see if you like is Mortal Kombat. And I for sure you know that you don't want to turn this one back. This game looks amazing.
Can't wait.
So something happened this week. Prodigy, what happened?
Oh well, this week some people, our favorite types of people, data miners, they went inside MK11, the Switch version actually, and they found that there was files and they leaked out DLC characters in MK11. So, should I list them?
Wait up. Do you know what data mining is?
I know. Well,
Do you?
I figure I know what it is, but I was gonna say I
Yeah.
love that word. I like that word, data miner. I like that.
They go into the files of the game, they open it up.
Yeah.
Basically, they do it on a computer is what they do.
So
go
they
through the
basically
files.
mine the files, like basically
they go through
uncover
it and
it.
start uncovering stuff.
Do they need like a diamond
And
pickaxe or?
Yeah, that's what they need. They're trying to get the what was it? Vibranium.
What was it again? I
I
forgot.
forgot. I don't remember.
Yeah,
black
some
stuff.
Minecraft guy will tell us.
Yeah. Obsidian.
Obsidian. there
Oh,
you
we
go.
actually have a caller from a Mortal Kombat fan.
Cross your fingers.
Hello, welcome.
Hey, what up, guys? So I called about asking about Mortal Kombat 11. You know, you guys are talking about the DLC leaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. I just wanted to ask you guys. I don't know if you guys have already said the characters. I don't know if you guys.
You want to tell
it's
us?
Kind of like delayed.
Do you want to say
I
it?
just
Because we haven't said it
I just want
yet.
to ask you guys, like, what?
We haven't said it yet. Do you want to state them?
No, I did not. I do not want to state them. I just want to ask you guys, like, before you guys state them, like, who would you guys like to see for DLC? Like, you know, just want to
Okay.
ask you guys.
Oh, okay.
I know what my brother's gonna say.
And it's already on the list.
Yeah, I know the Prodigy, the seducer/producer, wants a spot in the game.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
it's OP.
Who do you want in the game?
Yeah,
Spawn.
Oh, Spawn. Yeah.
Spawn.
So Spawn is actually one of the people that was leaked. So what about you?
Yeah.
What about you, Kuko? Who would you?
It's because my boy's in there already, Noob Saibot. So that's the guy I like to reuse a lot. But
Yeah.
I like that they
You're
used. So Terminator's one that they named. To be honest with you, I never thought of characters for Mortal Kombat like that, like outside of the Mortal
Outside
Kombat.
of the Mortal Kombat
I knew
universe?
Spawn, but I'm glad that they added him, and I'm super surprised they did again. Like outside of the Marvel, the Mortal Kombat universe, I can't think of anybody else.
I hope they do like a PlayStation exclusive, like an MK9, where they bring Kratos in, but the new Kratos.
Oh,
That would be awesome.
Oh, like exclusive for a console?
Yeah, it's
That'd be
console
crazy.
exclusive.
I don't know. I mean, who else? I mean, they should have Sweet Tooth. How about that?
Oh,
Oh,
that'd be
yes.
awesome.
That would be cool.
That's a good idea.
No. They should have the big robot from Mac. How about that? Gotta get sure about that.
That you can't kill him. Breaks up into little pieces. That'd be a badass finishing move. Finisher him. Break up
I
into
like
little
the Sweet
pieces and they
Tooth though.
beat him
Sweet
up.
Tooth.
Sweet Tooth's a good
That's
idea.
a good idea. And if you played All Stars, he was perfect. Like the way he fought with the chainsaw and he did his thing with the flame. I
Right.
think
Yeah.
that's a good. You could implement that into the Mortal Kombat.
I think those are the only kind of characters that would actually fit. Like if you put Nathan Drake, he'll be like out of place.
Yeah.
But like Sweet Tooth, I think with he's got like close combat weapons. He's got like
he has his
far weapons
machete.
with the
He has a machete.
And,
the shotguns.
he's like a dark kind of person, you know. It fits right in.
Yeah, you could see Sweet Tooth finishing somebody.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the end, just shows an ice cream in his mouth. Here you go.
Kind of runs them over with the car. Why not?
Yeah, like I mean, you don't want to see somebody like I don't know, Stockboy and like Mortal Kombat.
Or Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, it just feels out of place. Like Nathan Drake is too Boy Scoutish to be on there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you can like if you put Crash Bandicoot, you can like turn into a tornado and kill somebody. I guess.
Him and his jean shorts.
Those guys are crazy.
But yeah.
Thanks for calling, man. I appreciate it. Are you excited? Are you gonna do some gameplay for GameBros?
Yeah, I told Prodigy if you guys are down for like a little tournament, you know.
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yes, that is a good idea. You know, and we should stream it.
For sure.
That would be
bro.
awesome.
Get your best Mortal Kombat players. You know, I have one player named
Spawn.
Noel. You know, he looks
Called
like
him.
Bam. You know.
Yeah.
You think you'd take it though?
Little Game Bronies versus Game Bros show. We can do that, bro.
You think you'll take it though?
Like what?
Like the championship, you think you could take all of us and beat us?
That's why he's laughing. He knows what you're talking about.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't want to sound confident and say yeah, but I have a chance. Yeah,
You
sure.
cocky, bro.
But
cocky.
you know, we got our boy Wrecker from California. He could be part of the tournament.
That's fine. I'll get my guys, and I get Prodigy though. I want Prodigy.
You trying to freaking stack it on your side? I got Riddle.
I might be secretly good at this game, okay?
All right, that's cool, man. Thank you,
All right,
thank
thanks
you.
for calling in, Tone Star.
Okay, man.
All right,
have a good
Prodigy,
one.
do you want to read off the list? So we said.
And you always. Okay, so to say the rest of the DLC characters, we did mention already Terminator and Spawn. So
Okay, so Terminator would be awesome. Too.
I just want to say, is Terminator Jax's poppy?
His grandfather.
yeah, probably.
That's the story behind Jax and
how he came
Well,
to be.
he got because they rip his arms off and they.
I
had
know
to go
he's
back
just
on.
metal cyborg.
So Terminator would be a good addition. So
I never
would
thought of
Spawn.
Terminator though, to be honest.
Me neither. But after they you're like, dog, why didn't I think of that? And they did, and it makes perfect sense
Yeah.
Right.
because he's got guns, weapons, all that crazy stuff. So what else did they add?
To finish the guest characters, we're gonna have Ash from Ash vs Evil Dead, which is the guy with the chainsaw, right? Is that
Chainsaw,
him?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
he,
Has a
he
chainsaw
lost
arm.
his arm, so he tied a chainsaw to it.
Yep.
You ever seen that character, Riddle?
No, I've never seen the movie.
There's a series
I think there's
on
a series
too.
on it too.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've
a
seen
series
like
on
the
it, too.
last
The pictures
Evil
and the
Dead.
cosplay and
And
stuff.
it came from a comic book.
Oh, okay.
All right,
Oh,
so they
okay.
added him. Who else?
And then to finish off the guest list would be Joker, which I'm thinking it's DC Joker, just because they already have Injustice under their belt, so why not get it from them? And I would see Joker too in MK, more bloody. He's more of like the more insane people to be a part of Mortal Kombat. And then they're bringing back some characters that you may know from Mortal Kombat games in the past, which is Shang Tsung, which is the guy that can take powers. Right, you know who he is.
Yeah, he was
morphs
actually the original,
one of the originals.
the last boss for the original Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm. And then you have Nightwolf,
Yep.
which was that Native American character that could have like the green axe and stuff.
Yeah.
You got Sindel, she's like, think of
Banshee.
Black Canary,
Yeah.
and with her voice or whatever. You got Shiva, which was the four-armed
The
girl.
female Goro,
Mm-hmm. And Fujin,
which is a new character, right?
which I think he's a new character. Not sure. He is like some wind god, so he's probably he's like from Raiden and like that.
Yeah,
their
it's a
clan
new
and
character
all that
that they
stuff.
added.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of people mentioned good ones in the chat. Ill Skills mentioned Ninja from Metal Gear, which would be really good.
Which ninja? Raiden?
Not Raiden, the original Ninja. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. He's all metallic. Has a Hitman will tell us in the chat what his name was. And somebody mentioned Goku. those are kind of hard because of the whole copyright stuff and having licenses and stuff. But they would make cool characters though in Mortal Kombat.
You think Goku would make... I don't think Goku fits in Mortal Kombat.
Maybe Vegeta or Frieza.
I think Frieza's pretty dark.
Frieza's pretty dark, right?
Yeah.
He has that girly voice. I don't know.
Well, it'll be cool. They could add him. Yeah, I wonder what Joker they're gonna add.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it gonna be the
Damian-
long, skinny Joker from like the Arkham Asylum ones? Is it gonna be the Joker from Suicide Squad? Is it gonna be the Joker from the, like D Gang says in the chat? Could it be the Joker from the New 52?
Yeah, there's so many different versions.
What
they
about
can
the
go
new
with.
one that they're gonna come out with?
The Phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix one.
Phoenix one.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
Nice little tie in there.
Hopefully they don't do
John
that.
Wick stabbing people with pencils. Damn. Ill Skills reporting from Colorado, bringing some hard heat.
But yeah.
So those are they leaked those out. So that's gonna expound on the game, make Mortal Kombat more exciting. So is this, knowing that these characters are coming out, would that influence you guys to buy the game? Are you guys on the fence on the game, or are you guys just gonna flat out get it?
I'm flatting out get it. I get every single Mortal Kombat that comes out.
Yeah,
It's because it's the only fighting game that's really
That's
good.
really worth it.
Like, yeah, the speed, the way you fight, the way you can change styles, the finishing moves.
Injustice is really good
there's-
too.
Yeah, but it's just you don't get that finishing move. You don't get that. It's just that you're fighting it out, you're duking it out, and you get to finish them off.
You didn't like the Dragon Ball Z fighting game?
Dragon Ball FighterZ is, to me, it's
just
different. A
It's
huge different fighting game.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a totally different strategy while you're fighting too, because you have to bounce back from different characters. Try to maintain the power. While Mortal Kombat is just knowing your character, how to use them, and how to use the combos. It's just different. But in this game, I think it's so much better because first the graphics are way better.
Yeah.
Like I saw a big difference, and I thought MK10 was really good, but this, when you look at this one, it's totally like night and day. It's just
super.
a big jump up. Even on the what's the bone crushing moves? What they're called?
The X-ray moves.
The X-ray moves.
They're
like,
different here, but yeah.
Yeah, like it looks way better than before. The game just looks way better, and it looks a lot faster. And I love the lineup, the old and the new, and those special characters.
Or bringing back like the Johnny Cage from before and all that.
Yeah, it's gonna be story mostly.
Yeah. So basically, the story is
The
that they
story
mess
is-
with the time.
yeah.
This the character you're watching on screen.
They've
She
done that
manipulates
before.
the
but
time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't really. Do you guys really care about the story stuff?
they
It's
do a
actually-
really
they do
good
a
job.
good job.
They do. Yeah, they always do a good
I
job.
loved MKX's story.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And then it's also in Injustice, the story was good too. Or at least I liked it.
Yeah, it was
So-
okay, but
What I like about it is that it, when I said Dragon Ball Z, I like Dragon Ball Z the way it looks and the way they fight.
Oh yeah.
But it's more of a button mashing thing. This one to me feels more strategic. We kind of talked about it when we reviewed the beta the last time we played it. So Riddle, do you feel compelled to get Mortal Kombat, or are you just gonna wait till we get in the studio and play here?
I mean, I think the fatality cinematics were really cool when I watched it, and they were really entertaining. But I'm not a big fan of fighting games.
They don't hold your attention.
No, not really.
Yeah, that's what kind of happened to me after a while too. Like they're cool and you're fun and you play for like 2 weeks and then you're like, okay, on to the next one.
I just button smash and act like I know what I'm doing, but
So you're just talking smack to this guy on the phone, telling him that you're gonna beat him and not.
You don't even know
no,
what you're doing?
I probably would beat him. You guys know that I'm all around good at all the games we play.
we don't know about that one.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Don't find a button.
Yeah,
You know it.
She's like,
Listen.
don't find a button.
DJ, every time we play a game, I'm top 3 at least.
Yeah, but in Rainbow.
No, I meant when we play games here, in the
Like
after
Mid-High.
party. I
Who-
come in second place all the time.
No.
That is true. That is
Oh.
true.
It is true. And
Yes.
it'll be a game I've never played before. I'm just all around good at all the games.
There you
Yeah,
go.
but Mortal Kombat's a whole different ballgame.
Ah, come on, it's all the
I
same.
guess we'll
Back
find. I
forward,
guess we'll find out when it
punch.
comes out. Okay.
Back
All
forward,
right,
triangle.
we'll see.
Wow. Okay. I can read. Cuckoo.
What do you mean?
Wrong, Roger. by the
Wrong,
way.
Roger.
That's Keito.
Okay,
I'm,
Keito.
I'm over here trying to make the show work. Trying to blame me for
But-
something I didn't do.
All right. So something else that came out this week. Jumping.
Did it come out?
Yeah, of course it came out.
They already patched it.
Yes.
It's 'cause, dude,
Look at
remember
the
my
days.
internet was down because my freaking neighbor down the street decided he wanted to do his driveway and completely destroyed my internet.
Fiber optic cable.
And then I didn't have internet for a week, so I was completely on blackout. So this patch did come out. Then.
Yes, came out
Yeah.
this week actually.
Did you guys get to try the patch?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I'm dreaming.
Dreaming.
We'll
of
speak
a
about that
white
later.
Christmas.
But jumping straight into it, so patch notes for our favorite game,
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six.
This is like Rainbow Six podcast. We should just turn
Right?
it into a Rainbow Six
Just
podcast.
Rainbow Six only.
I know, I'm sorry, but Apex had an update too, man.
Yeah, what's up with
DJ
that?
is the only one that's still like active on Apex.
Thanks, Obama.
It's cool. I like the game. It's alright.
But
I like it because I get the dubs. That's why.
But
No.
Riddle, you want to go through the patch notes for the Rainbow?
Yes, so on the 16th, the patch notes came out for the PC, and the 17th was for the other consoles. So they changed 7 operators, right?
Oh,
they made
man.
they made some patches, starting with Lion.
So what happened with Lion? What did he do to him?
Some people don't like this, but now instead of 2 charges, he has 3.
What do you mean charges?
Which
Good. Finally.
Like his
so-
scanning.
Yeah, his
Okay.
scanning.
I like
Okay.
that. They had 3 before.
In the beginning when he was
I
broken.
loved it. And
When he was
they
broken.
put it to 2. I hated it. It was like worthless.
Yeah, so they added the charge, but they reduced the warning from 3 seconds to 1.5 seconds.
That's even better.
To be honest with you, you should not get a warning if you ask me.
I know. right?
What?
Like,
What's wrong with you?
yeah,
That's
the
Think
whole
about
point of
it.
the
Wait,
game,
wait, Prodigy. You're talking about a game that supposedly is real. You're trying to get it as close to realistic as you can, right? So you're gonna infiltrate an airplane. Hey guys, by the way, I'm about to do a sound blast so I
You
can
have
see where you are.
2
So
seconds
get
not to
ready.
move.
Okay, I'm sorry, but it's broken. Any gadget that makes you stay in one spot for more than a certain period of time is
Dude.
way too powerful.
Dude, it's only 2 seconds. 1, 2.
Oh,
then
yeah?
you can move again.
That's 2 seconds. I can get off my drone and peek you and kill you before you even knew.
Well, that's good. That's
Move.
called skills.
And
That's
that's-
not
and that's
because that's a
useful.
gadget that's doing it for you, not you doing it yourself.
No, you still gotta do the
You still
shooting.
gotta shoot, dog.
I
And
mean,
what if you counter that? Like you move around and you expect the guy to shoot you. You just blast
Or
him.
you know what? You stand next to a mute, and guess what? He
yes,
can't see
and
you.
you use mute.
I think
think
you should not get a warning. That's just my
Nah.
opinion.
All right.
I
mean,
think it shouldn't be a countdown. Maybe like a sound or something very minimal warning, so that you can kind of pay attention. But if you're not paying attention,
I like that
you
idea.
Get,
Yeah,
you
I
get
like that idea.
warned. You know that's your fault for not paying attention. That's what I think you should do.
Well, they're
but not
they're
like
giving
a
you a
full
warning. It's a big old clock saying,
Yeah,
"Hey,
that's
guess
I'm
what?
saying, like
Don't
a
move."
full blast clock
Yeah, but
the
the
shutdown
sound would
like
be
3,
more
2, 1.
realistic.
It would be cool if like beep and then boom, something like
Like,
that. So
okay,
then
like
you're
the
like, oh
drone
crap, I
up in
don't
the
move.
sky is charging up to do the blast or
I
something.
think
like that?
yeah, I think it would be
Okay.
better because like
Okay.
if you're
I'll take that.
if
That's
you're
actually good. That's
if you're paying attention, you get the you get the reward. If you're not paying attention, I get the reward and use my thing.
Okay, so now instead of silhouetting the guy, it actually gives you a red ping, like kind of how
that was the
And
other
I
thing.
Alibi
think,
does.
I think
Yeah.
that's
I think that's a
fine.
good
That's
thing
fine.
too.
That's
That's
good.
fine.
Yeah.
Because that keeps people from wall banging,
And
that's
just
what everybody
like,
was getting
I know a
mad
big
'cause wall
complaint-
hacks.
Yeah, another complaint was, I guess you can say realism. You know, when the world you're gonna have a whole
I know,
silhouette of a
like
body
full
through a bunch of
3D
walls.
scan.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna have
Yeah,
cancer
exactly.
afterwards.
And then
So,
the
yeah.
scanning went from 4 seconds to 2 seconds, so it's a
It's shorter.
shorter
So it's
scan.
quicker.
yeah.
Shorter.
That's a lot time shorter.
And the
wa-
charging, you could do it faster,
See,
right?
that's why they shouldn't.
Yeah, the
warn you.
the warning's shorter too.
Yeah, but they shouldn't warn you if it's 2 seconds is nothing.
What do you mean they shouldn't warn you?
I use line. That's why like when you do it, you're actually just let me use it so they could stop roaming for a few seconds. That's all you use it for. You really don't use it to go kill people. And then before an
Well,
entry,
that's what good people use it for.
I agree.
yeah, no, but everybody, I've seen them. I've seen the pros. They always do the same thing before they even get to the house. They use it once.
Yeah, just to keep everybody
Just to
from
keep
moving.
exactly.
and
And then you
roaming.
can use the move to go into the house. And then you get into the house before you go into a bomb or a site that you think there's people there. Then you use it there so you can try to do a move It's kind of like Dokkaebi with the phone.
The cell phone.
But Dokkaebi has even better. It keeps ringing no matter what. Ringing. You know where
for
he's
15
at.
seconds.
Yeah, but still, you know where he's at, and it's very obvious. But this one's too short, I think. 2 seconds is nothing.
When I'm lying and I scan, I look around, and 2 seconds. By the time I look from like one side to the other side,
it was like, there he is.
Yeah, it's
he's
done.
gone already.
And then you're also not silhouetting anymore, so the little red mark probably shows, and then it doesn't
And
show
he's
again.
gone. Yeah, like he's running.
So-
You're not gonna see that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we gotta try those out and see how it works.
Mhm.
So visual gets cloaked by, so you can't see if visual goes up.
No, he's
Can't
immune.
see it.
He's immune
Cool
to the
down
scan.
shorter. So you got
So
one
you can
extra more
repeatedly-
charge.
Yeah, you can
That's
repeatedly
cool.
use it.
So they also did changes to Capital. What did they do to him? Did they find his eye and fix it?
better accuracy.
The
Did they
whole
give him,
Thor's mechanical
I
eye.
was gonna say Metal Gear Eye.
His dart fire damage went from 19 ticks to 12,
per tech.
So less. So it
Yeah.
burns less. Okay.
which I like. I hate Capital. Oh,
Okay. So now the fire doesn't go through the walls, right? That's the biggest thing they
That was
try
the
to
biggest
fix,
thing
right?
they tried to
Clipping,
fix.
yeah.
They
And,
fixed the
What about the
fire.
smoke? Does the smoke go through the walls, or it also
They-
gets contained in the same room?
No, it's the smoke never had a problem. It was just a fire.
Okay.
What they did though, now the fire just spreads out much larger area, surface area,
Okay.
and it would fall to the floor, and it looks like actual fire, not like that weird floating, glowing stuff we had before.
Okay. Cool.
And last thing is the trajectory. I think it drops after a certain amount of.
after 10 meters, it drops.
Yeah, it drops.
Okay.
Like
so
the
it's not
boat.
like a laser arrow.
Yeah,
so
it's not a laser.
more
arrow.
realistic because of gravity.
That's pretty far.
Yeah.
That's 30 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
So
far.
yeah, I mean,
You shoot across the
it is a
airplane.
crossbow that's like designed to.
Yeah,
kill.
but Homeboy used to freaking snipe people
snipe people with it, dog. But yeah.
like 100 miles away.
So Sally, next one up is my boy Blitz.
Man,
Elias Coates.
come on.
Julian cried when this happened.
So
Yeah,
so what?
so did Riddle.
So are all these nerfs? Is there no buffs?
I hate this one.
Um,
We're getting
there
to
is.
buff
We're getting.
it.
Okay.
we're getting
Okay. Just I'm just saying, foreshadowing.
Blitz is flash.
Gay.
The
Wait.
cooldown between your flashes is from 2 seconds to 7.
Are they nuts?
It's
God, are they nuts for real?
I think it's
Julian,
fine.
that's the stupidest thing ever, bro. When you go into a
I'm-
room, you
I think it's
flash.
fine. I think it's
you,
fine.
what are you,
You think it's
defenseless? No.
I think it's fine. Even though I'm a Blitz main, I think it's fine.
No.
Yes, it is.
That we'll see. We'll
Because,
see.
dude,
Gunfights don't last that long.
you should see
know.
It
when
doesn't
I
last that long.
no, you should see when I spam somebody with flashes. It's the most annoying thing ever. They
But that's the point of the guy.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
but
I created
that's
this
really-
operator, and
That's-
guess what? I'm gonna neuter his operating things.
I know.
This is the reason why you want to pick this guy, but you know what? Don't pick him because we're gonna just.
I still pick
get rid of
him.
And they still don't
I still
fix
pick 'em.
his clipping with the shield. You
that's
get
just
headshots,
that's
like-
not an operator issue. That's an actual model of the guy.
That's why we need Rainbow Six too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Prodigy.
What?
So what happened? I missed it.
Yeah, cooldown. So let's say I flash, boom, 1, 2, I can flash again. But now it's from 2 seconds to 7. So I flash, and I gotta go 1.
That
The
nigga's got
battery's
that
gotta-
old Kodak, dog.
Like
You
the
know
battery-
Kodak that you have to recharge the flash? That's the freaking technology they got.
Well, you guys haven't played this game. It's called Metro Exodus. So you use a flashlight. So after a while, you have to charge the flashlight.
By
so you gotta sit
winding
there-
it?
You gotta wind it and charge it back up. So you're like, ding, ding, ding,
Like-
ding, ding, and I can see again.
It's ridiculous.
And it's so useful because in the game, the lighting is amazing. I'm gonna post a video later so you guys can actually see
I'm
it.
sorry, but
So what's he's got to charge the battery so he can flash again?
No, it has to be water cooled. The battery's too hot.
Get out of here, bro. I made a freaking blitz shield, and come on. I could run that thing for an hour.
And it's gonna be blast, 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 blast.
Yeah.
I don't
But,
know if Riddle knows that.
No, I don't.
He has a
I made
full blitz shield.
I need to
with a
see that.
flash.
I
It's
need
like
to
And
see
no
that.
blind.
It's like Blitz and Montag had a baby.
And
My
that's the
brother's
shield.
shield.
Yep.
Yes.
A
So,
little, and you know what? Actually, it's got a little, clash to it too.
Oh, that's
'Cause
right.
It's got that transparent shield.
Yeah. Oh, yes, right.
You know, all we have to do is add 2 tasers to the front. That's it.
Damn.
I'll put a taser gun so I can shoot out and shock people.
Oh,
While
my
we play
goodness.
airsoft.
So jumping to the next person, we
Yeah,
also
yeah.
got
Sorry.
Nomad.
So they nerfed her. They got rid of her claymore, like I said.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they gave her stuns instead of a claymore. They added sound effects to her little grenade thing when
That's
it's placed
more of
on
a
the
quality of life thing. I don't think that's
I don't think that's
or
a
buff.
nerf, to be honest. Yeah.
Do you guys think this is kind of funny that the people that they nerf is like, your little secondary was too good. Here's some stun grenades. Because they always give everybody
Like,
stun
they
grenades.
replace gadgets.
Yeah, it's like, here's...
It's because like they know stun grenades are garbage because
Exactly.
they're so
That's what I'm
inconsistent.
saying. Like, here's
Don't
some
give
stun
them
grenades.
nothing. Give them nothing. Just like, hey,
Here's some
Nomad,
stuns or
go to
smoke
war.
grenades. Here, good luck.
I know, right?
I like that they added a sound cue to her air job. So
Yeah.
when
Yes.
a defense operator, yes, because I always fall for those.
You don't know
Yeah.
when they're there.
Because I feel like
Uh-huh.
defenders don't have drones to look what traps are ahead of them.
So our boy
So,
Jimmy
like-
just got rainbow. So he's gonna
Yeah.
join the squad now. Explain to him why did they get rid of the claymore? He probably doesn't know this. What's the reason why they got rid of the claymore for Nomad?
I don't know.
We just talked about it.
talked
That was
about
that was like
It was
something we
because
thought
people-
about.
No, it's
That
because
was they gave Ubisoft said that.
yes.
Oh,
It's because
okay.
people would set up traps with the air jab
And
so they
put
could
a
fall
claymore.
into her claymore.
Into her claymore that she
So
set
she was
up.
basically making an air jab cap
landmine.
like a trap.
So that's the reason why they got rid
And I
of it.
really like that idea. And we talked about it. You know, like if you have the time to set that up, I think you should be
should be
rewarded.
Should be rewarded.
Yes.
I play a lot and I've never come across that trap before. I've never seen that.
No.
There's a lot of videos. There's a
Yeah.
lot of clips
Oh,
on
okay.
that.
And the good thing is you could then work together as a team and still do it.
Yeah.
So that's what they didn't want. They didn't want her to have a trap. Then you walk around with look, Dokkaebi doesn't have a freaking claymore no more.
If you guys want to know,
They might as well
how
get
to
rid
do
of
it,
all the claymores.
What do you
Well,
mean?
now that,
Claymores are made for support characters.
But dude, like who's left with claymores? Just
Thermite,
Thermite and
Thatcher,
Maverick.
and
Thatcher,
Maverick.
Thatcher, Twitch, Maverick.
But think of how many people started with the claymore and they got rid of them.
Hibana.
Only like only
That's why I stopped using her.
the only people that started there was only like 5 people with claymores.
Lion, I think.
Lion still has his claymore.
He still has it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Finka, I think, has one. No, Finka doesn't
No,
have
they
one.
took
So-
her.
Okay, so what happened to Kaid?
And then Cade, they buffed his
Is
AUG
it Kaid or
damage.
Kaid?
It's
Cade.
both. People call it both. They
Tomato,
buffed his
tomato,
AUG
potato,
damage,
potato.
which I'm happy about because his AUG was kind of weak
Weak.
for being main gun, which is why a lot of people switch to that shotgun that he has.
So they
And-
buffed his gun?
His AUG, yeah, that's the buff you're
Oh,
waiting for.
Yes.
And they took away a bit of ammo from the shotgun from the magazine.
Right.
We want more. We want more. Like, you really like it. You want more.
I want more, man.
Exactly. Like, I don't understand. You forgot to put shotgun shells.
I mean, the shotgun's nasty though.
Yeah.
I hope you guys know that.
Yeah.
And then going to Ying, they reversed her cooking mechanic on her Candela charges.
What?
Do you know what that means?
No,
No,
explain
no,
that.
please.
You went engineering on
Please,
that one.
please.
Riddle, do you know what that means?
Well, now
Explain
now the longer she cooks the candela, the faster it'll go off when she throws it.
Also, the opposite. Before you used to hold it, the longer you hold it, the longer it would last.
it. Uh-huh.
Okay, because I guess they see that people want it to be longer.
Yes.
Or make
So
it work
it's
like a
so
normal
true.
grenade. Because a normal grenade, the longer you hold it, the faster it's going to explode.
But
Yeah,
the thing
but-
is, I had that problem too when I used to use her.
Like, yo, I want
That
15
you
seconds.
want
You gotta
to-
sit there, wait and wait and wait.
Exactly. The problem before you're gonna breach somewhere, you're like, I have no more time. I have to cook it for 3 seconds to try to set up that move to get in. But holding it for 3 seconds is like I have to be in the room in 3 seconds. It doesn't give me enough time. So you throw it and you don't have it. It really messes up. I really like that. That's a great.
I like the way Prodigy explained it, though. It makes sense
Yeah.
in the way of a grenade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
exactly.
really like that.
I think that was their design change.
And I hated to cook it. I felt like it took forever.
And next change is, I guess you can say, like a slight nerf to Echo. Now IQ can detect when he's using his drones. So he can detect the little pad that he's using, his controller.
Okay. So
Was
she
it
can
like
see where
an
he is.
indicator or something?
Yeah, like, you know, like she sends gadgets. So when he turns on his little controller thing,
Oh,
the
IQ.
control.
Yeah, she
I'm
can.
thinking. Yeah, I'm thinking. Twitch.
Oh,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's all. For the
That's a
patch
lot of
notes that
stuff.
came
That's
out.
a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably like the only reason I'll use IQ now because I never used her.
I don't
But
think
pe-
anybody
people,
does.
People use Echo a lot.
Yeah.
At least in
So,
bomb.
Dog
Bomb.
is so
yeah,
annoying.
So I would use her now.
Super annoying. Especially when you're trying to push and then the little drones just keeps darting you. And I think they got it at a perfect amount of time and dizziness with him, because it's to the point where like you don't want to deal with him, and it's good enough for you to use. And I'm glad that they actually added another drone, because sometimes they would shoot your drone really quick and you didn't have a second one.
That's why.
So once they shot the first one, you're like, okay, I'm useless. I'm just gonna run around and see what I can kill. But when they did that, they buffed them that way. I think that they did a really good job with that.
Yeah, they put him in a good spot now.
So now it's to the meat and potatoes of the show.
Yep.
This is like the big thing that happened this week. I don't know why the other news outlets were all, pennies in a bunch about the fact that Mark Cerny went to Wired. They're like, why did he go to Wired to talk about this? Why didn't he come to us? Does it matter? So Mark Cerny went, the guy that created, he actually worked on Crash Bandicoot. He worked on Spyro. He set up the PlayStation 4. He also made Knack. So this guy's a bona fide genius. He's the one that's making the architecture for the PlayStation 5 now. So he just gave us a bunch of information. He didn't get into specifics, but he kind of gave us an outline of what the PlayStation 5 is going to be. Before we get into that, what are you guys looking forward to the PlayStation 5 to do? Like in my case, I just want my PlayStation 5 to look a little better. I want it to run native 4K, and I want it to power a super deluxe VR headset. That's what I want. I don't know about you guys. We'll start with Prodigy, Riddle, then Richard. DJ Fuego.
No, I agree. I definitely want better looking games and better looking stuff, and definitely stronger VR would be something amazing. So yeah, that's what I want PS5 to do.
I definitely want a bigger hard drive, more memory. I'm suffering right now.
So have to start deleting stuff.
Yeah.
But hopefully the new PlayStation 5, I don't see why not, because they've done it with the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4. When DJ Fuego and I got a PlayStation 4, the very first thing we did before we even powered it up was change the hard drive out of it. So one of our most viewed videos on YouTube was us showing people how to do it. Like we did it day one. Like when we went and did a midnight launch, we got the PlayStation 4, we opened it up, we changed the hard drive on it, and we taught people.
SSDs too, right?
Yeah. Oh, on mine, yeah.
Yeah.
Yours has an SSD. That's the first thing we did. So from day one, ours had a bigger hard drive and it was SSD. So the new ones are gonna have SSD. It's gonna have a bigger hard drive, and you could always put an external hard drive to make it go faster.
Yeah.
And those things. And now they sell bigger SSD externals, so you can do that.
But hopefully we don't have to do this for the new console.
The new console, they're talking about 1 terabyte. Right now, that sounds like big, but in like 3 years, it's gonna be really small because
each game's like 20
each game
gigs
is
now.
starting to grow
More
so
than
much.
that now.
No, yeah, some of them are 50, the big ones, and you're already halfway done, right?
No,
No,
1,000.
Yeah. Sorry.
1,000 gigs. But still,
But
it starts adding up, and then like we'll get into the specs. But before we get into that,
What do I look forward to it? I would say a little bit faster on the connection on the internet. I don't know if they fixed that too.
They did.
I know they did. They're gonna look into that faster connection speed, so we could have better load times. I mean, better downloads and faster connection between online gaming, because that's like the biggest thing. Everybody's just doing online gaming. I would like to have another revamp on the software. I think if they have a better RAM and stuff like that, we can do multitasking if we can, or video, or have bigger rooms on the chat, like 8 people. That's
chats?
it. Like 8 people.
can we go back to 8-player games again?
And I would like to
Bluetooth
see
connections, like where you can
video
add.
chat. Why can't we have video chat? Please.
We had that on
better
PS3.
Camera.
We had that on PS3.
A better camera and the better move controllers. I think the controllers are fine. The ones we have.
The
DualShock?
Yeah, the DualShocks. I think they're fine. But just that overall, on the internet speed, and I know they worked the RAM and stuff like that. I think that's great. Space, it's always going to be there. In the games, it's all up to the developers, really. Like you've seen all the previews and all the demos, and they show us all the glory, but at the end we don't get it. But It looks like they're doing very good with the console. We'll talk about the specs right now.
So the good thing about Mark Cerny, he was a developer, so he kind of knows what developers want, and that's a good thing too. When he goes and talks to them, he could ask them, "Hey, what do you guys want? What do you guys need?" And they can talk about it, and they both understand each other. It's not like sending a pizza guy to like a hamburger place, and they're talking about two different kinds of food, so they don't understand. In this case, Mark Cerny is a developer, so he knows what they want. As far as the internet speed, they're gonna improve that, of course. It doesn't matter if your internet is a gig, like 100 gigabytes, but if your PlayStation can only do 10 megabytes, that's all you're getting.
Exactly.
So they're gonna improve on the network card in the system, better wireless too. You gotta remember that since the PlayStation came out 7 years ago, technology has advanced a lot.
Big time.
And from what I see on the specs, I'm glad they're actually future proofing, because I've listened to a lot of podcasts and stuff, and there are one of the things is that it's gonna play 8K gaming. I was like, I don't have an 8K TV, and why do I want 8K? Well, in the future you might have one, so you know what? You know that your system could play it, and if it could do 8K, guess what? It could do 4K with no problem.
And just looking at the prices of like 4K TVs now, they're dropping.
Yeah, just like everything else.
They're gonna be
when
so
HD
accessible,
came around,
man.
it's like, oh, dude, HD is so expensive. I'm never gonna have one. Then you eventually bought one. Same thing, 4K. 4K is so expensive. People are starting to buy 4K TVs. You can get a 4K TV for like $300. You can get a Sony 40-inch
with HDR and everything.
Yeah.
And
So
you gotta think about the consumer side. They gotta come up with something that's gonna sell more TVs.
and it's gotta push it.
It's gotta push.
Video games push
Exactly.
everything.
Exactly. So they have to have 8K. And if you think about it, you're getting an 8K gaming. You drop down the resolution, it's gonna look beautiful.
Yeah, and you could run a better frame rate.
Exactly. So it's much
So
better.
it does it. It's gonna work less.
Exactly.
So let's get a couple of things in. So one thing is not gonna come out this year.
No.
I didn't think it was. I thought 2020 all the time. There's gonna have a new and improved SSD drive. So an SSD is a memory based form of saving memory.
Storing data. Yeah.
Okay, so the old school hard drives, basically think of an old record player, and it has a read needle. So those old hard drives had two needles, a read one and a writing one. So the little disc had to spin, and that's why it takes so long. So the SSD is nothing but RAM in it, and that's why it's so much quicker. And then so Mark Cerny figured out a way by using the motherboard to speed up the bus. He's able to speed up the SSD and actually make games load quicker. One of the things that they used was a Spider-Man game. It's actually 15 times
15
fast.
times, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the examples he used is Spider-Man, the game that came out for PlayStation 4 by Insomniac. When you fast travel, he actually rides a train, and you see Spider-Man, in the train and everything. It's pretty funny. And it's cool because it's funny, and they got different scenes, and they do different things, and it keeps you away from thinking that it's loading. But that little thing would take 16 seconds to do. 15 to 16 seconds. So the new one with the new SSD,
you're not really
it loads in 0.8 seconds. So that whole train thing is gone. Another thing, it also improves in gameplay. I love Spider-Man. I don't know if you guys had a chance to play it. If you didn't, please play it. The web slinging, when he web slings, the speed that he does it in is the fastest the PlayStation lets it do it in.
Yeah.
Because by the time he's swinging, the PlayStation takes time to render the buildings.
Yeah.
So that's why they figured out that speed was the perfect speed for him to web sling. So with the new SSD, he was looking like Flash because it was loading up the screen so fast and was loading up the building so quick that we're able to make him web sling faster.
Wow, that's awesome.
So games like Wipeout that you imagine speeding that up.
Or any car game.
Those are the kind of things that are going to happen because of the improved SSD with loading speed and loading up the maps. Imagine playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and turning it on, and you could basically go watch a movie and then come back and the game hasn't loaded up yet into the world.
Yeah.
Now it's going to actually load it up quicker. So we talked about the 8K. Something that the nerd boys have they juice over is backwards compatibility. To me, honestly, between me and the GameBroskis out there, backwards compatibility to me is only like good for the first 6 months. Then when the new games come out, I don't really play old games. Do you like playing old games?
Yeah, because I get attached to them.
Okay.
Yeah, I
So
do like playing
backwards
old games.
compatibility is good for you. Prodigy.
Like I said, I have one game that they
Rainbow
say-
Six.
Yeah, Rainbow Six. They want that game to last 10 years. Like,
Really?
yes.
sorry, but it's
yes.
not.
It's
So like I want my Rainbow. All those 900 hours that I put into the game. I don't want that to be wasted like that.
Yeah.
So I
like
think that's fine.
the cool thing about me, I bought everything digitally, so I have like 800 games. Those 800 games will still carry over to the PlayStation 5. They're doubling down on the PlayStation VR headset, so the new PlayStation VR set will have more power. So therefore, that means that they're gonna come up with a new headset. I think better screen, more refresh rate.
Yeah.
90 hertz.
Maybe different
something.
tracking. Different tracking is gonna be something that's
Yeah.
gonna change.
Oh, that's gonna be
VR
way
game.
better, the tracking and everything.
Because then you start making different games that utilize that 3D.
And then the
turnaround
the
and
new
all that
sound, the new
Oh, the
I don't
new
know if
3D
we're gonna talk
sound.
about
No,
it.
go ahead, hit it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know if you heard of the ray tracing. Ray tracing just magnifies either the look of the game, the water, shadows, water, fire, reflections. And one key thing that Mark Cerny talked about was the sound, and he talked about we didn't upgrade the sound on the last PlayStation, and I really want to make sound not a big deal, but I think it's much needed in these games that we play now, which is mostly online. And so this ray tracing, what that does is it computes the sound, so what it reflects on the walls and stuff like that. So if somebody's walking, you kind of really hear the distance coming from downstairs, and it comes up, and it's a totally different sound. And that ray tracing does that computing, and it does all the other reflection and all that. You get more robust looks and features into the game, so that's a plus on the new system.
Yeah, it's an AMD GPU and CPU. It's got the 3D audio, so that's going to be a big focus. It's going to be more strongly in headphones. So if you use headphones, the reason why is because headphones are covering your ear, and then when you have like a sound bar or speakers, it's kind of hard to judge the size of the room, the setup you have. So at least with headphones, it's easier to set up with the 3D audio. So you said the ray tracing is going to have physical and downloadable media. So basically, it'll have a CD drive. Hopefully, this time it'll play 4K Blu-ray. I don't know why none of the PlayStations have that right now. They all should have it. So that's a good thing. 8-core processor. We don't know how much RAM. So basically, a lot of this stuff is new gen stuff that even computers don't have. PC master race always, pumping up their chest. So PlayStation wants to actually beat those. What do you guys think? PlayStation 5 must buy. Got to get it now. Where's take my money?
I think us as just fans of PlayStation.
Lord.
It's not about
Well,
the fans.
well, yeah,
Come
but
on,
you
we
guys
have
know
way
that we're
better
gonna buy a PlayStation no matter what.
because of the games
But you guys know we're
and the
gonna get a
VR.
PlayStation.
We love the VR.
Oh, that's one
And
thing
that's
that
the plus.
gears. Yeah, that
The
makes me.
games, dreams.
Riddle's kind of quiet.
I'm excited about the new console that they're making. It's been in development for 4 years, so they spent a lot of work into it. And I'm excited about the speed and performance of the SSD. So shorter loading times. I'm a very impatient person. Prodigy knows.
Oh, we know.
So I'm liking what I'm hearing so far.
So we have Stadia, we have Xbox with xCloud, and I just find it funny that everybody forgets that PlayStation could stream games with PlayStation Now, and they forget that they're one of the first ones to do it. They bought Gaikai, so all that is also going to transfer over. So I believe that PlayStation will offer a really good, robust streaming service as well.
I think they will.
I don't understand why some of these other
They don't say
IGN's,
nothing. I
GameSpots,
know.
they feel like, oh, they don't know what they're doing. They're behind the 8 balls. Like, what do you mean? Did you not forget that they're the ones that started it, and you could do it right now? Like these other ones, you can't do it now. With PlayStation, you can stream your games already, or if you want, you could download them. I don't get that.
And they talk about, oh, the PlayStation it's so late in the game, they don't have the robust system to keep up with Stadia and stuff like that. So I don't know what they're talking about. I think they're just updating it, upgrading it. They're on the ball. They know what they're doing. They saw Stadia and they're like, okay, now we got to get on this, be along with Stadia and try to keep up with them. But their gaming system is going to overall kill it, because I think not everybody's going to be streaming all the time. It's just something that's kind of new, I guess. But for parents, I don't know if they're going to know about it.
Yeah.
Because everybody's used to consoles.
I think right now we're still in the middle part of it. So you
Yes.
want a system that lets you do both.
Yeah.
And I think this is, Stadia is going to be just absolutely one way. So with PlayStation, it has the capability of doing both.
And like one little point real quick, like DJ said earlier, one thing that gears us towards PlayStation is also the exclusive games that we have available to us.
Yeah.
There's games that are just amazing that, other consoles or other places just don't offer. And I think that's something that
And
gears
it's
a lot
going to
of
be a
people.
battle
It
of
is.
exclusivity now. It's just like if you see all the Netflix, Amazon, they all have exclusive
Hulu
movies.
have all their own
Hulu,
exclusive
everybody
stuff.
has, and that they're battling it out, and
Mhm.
everybody's trying to make their own thing. This is what's going to happen here, which is great because
For
we're
us.
gonna
Better
have some
games.
good games,
Yeah.
and we already been proven that we have good developers.
And I like how my brother talks about we like he's part of the Sony company. But
They didn't even invite me for that press conference. That's messed up, bro.
yeah, how much stock? My brother's like, dude, I put in so much money in this company that they should, put me in those conferences and stuff. But what I was gonna get at is that so Sony has done this very well. They set themselves up with all these first party developers and making all these great games. Xbox is trying to do the same. They're trying to, they picked up Ninja Theory. They picked up a bunch of other companies.
Yeah.
Right now they're gonna launch in a couple of weeks a new Xbox system. It's the Xbox S Stream. What is it? It's actually the acronym is Xbox SAD. It's Xbox
What?
S Digital Only. No,
Is that what it was?
It's
No, sad. It's
Yeah.
Xbox streaming. No.
I forgot the acronym, but it ended up being Xbox SAD, the Xbox S Digital.
No, it can't be sad if it's
No.
if it's digital before 8.
No, it's gonna be.
It is Xbox One sad.
So what's the acronym for though?
Damn,
It's
this
the
is-
A. We gotta figure out what the
Yeah,
A
yeah.
is.
It's the A.
The chat. Can
Well-
you guys figure out what the A is?
Well, the whole thing is that the new Xbox that's coming out is going to be $250, which I think is a really good price. They also are guaranteeing that it'll be $50 less than whatever the Xbox S is. So if the Xbox S is down to $200, it'll cost $150 for the digital only.
Wow.
So that's good. So basically, it's a Xbox One S without the disc drive. It still plays 4K gaming. It has the same resolution, all those things. So Xbox is starting to push their way towards the xCloud and streaming games and all that. So they also had a couple of leaks of their own systems. And when I looked into the whole leaking, I came across that they're actually thinking about having two new Xboxes. One of them is called the Xbox Lockhart is the code name, and the other one is the Xbox Anaconda, the J-Lo version. So, Riddle, are you excited for the two new Xboxes?
I was looking for the acronyms. Totally.
My bad.
But, I mean, there's nothing to be excited about because I'm not going to get it.
Damn.
I decided to stay PlayStation faithful.
Okay.
Oh, so she's made that commitment.
Yeah, so basically they have two systems. They have their one that's geared more to a streaming side, and then they have one that's more high end, their professional line, which is the Anaconda. So as far as the Lockhart, they're touting 8-core 16 GPU. They got 4 teraflops, 12 gigs of RAM, which to me that's a lot. And there's actually GDDR6 this time. They both are gonna have one terabyte gaming SSDs. Then the Anaconda actually has 16 threads on their GPU instead of the other one has 6 too. Oh, this one has 12 teraflops. Their GPU is stronger, a lot stronger.
Yeah.
3 times stronger, because the other one has 4.
That's a lot.
So and then it also
the
has
RAM
more
too.
RAM too.
Yeah.
So you can
4 gigs
see
more.
that one of them is catering more of a streaming box, one that gives them the capability to play games as well. But and then they'll have their ultra high end PC master race wannabe, which is the Anaconda. Do you think that's a good thing to divide their console base like that, or should they just have one and just have everyone use one?
I think definitely what we saw. I think what we've seen in these past generations is that they have the normal PS4 or like related to PS4, and then they have the slim version of that. Same thing with Xbox.
Yeah,
Which
they got
is-
the S and the X.
Yeah, exactly. But now this one, starting off gen, they're bringing 2 automatically instead of over time. So I think there's gonna be definitely, like how you said, a split. Do I think that's a good thing? Maybe, because there might be people that are more open to either buying the more high end or the lower end.
Do you think that's fair though? I'll give you an
Those who are
example.
willing-
Like you know how when we used to play H1Z1, and I used to be able to see the
I thought that's cool.
Yeah.
yeah, but
But
see that
is that pay to win? No, I'm kidding.
that's
Yeah,
basically what it is.
That's basically what I feel like.
I mean, that's
That's what I'm
everything
saying.
with
That's
the
my question. Do you
PC
think that's
race is
fair?
The same thing. They pay their big giant GPUs to get a little bit faster, and that's the edge. The thing I was gonna say was that this is the first
what you
time.
just said is what I think about. Like I hear these other game outlets, whatever, and they always say those things like, "Oh, this one has an edge and this one doesn't." I'm like, dude, but that's how PC's been all the time. One has a better GPU, the other one doesn't. One has a gaming, SSD, the other one doesn't. The other one has 16 gigs of RAM, the other one has 64 gigs of RAM. So it's something that's been happening for years.
Well, at least in the PC side.
Yeah.
This is the first time we ever
We're
get
gonna see it in console.
2 consoles in one launch. I was gonna say that PlayStation kind of did it right, was to release one console and then later get the upgrade version. I
That's
thought
why
that was
that's what they've always done. Like it's just both. Xbox
no,
did
that
it
was
with
the
their
first time we ever did something like that.
Yeah,
an upgraded
PlayStation.
version.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there was never done that. And
There's never like a
PlayStation
stronger
was-
PS3. They changed little things here and there, but it wasn't like
It was
wasn't
never a
like
big-
super
big thing.
upgrade. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
you can see the difference, like you were talking about. And I think PlayStation kind of did it right because it kind of felt like that was the time for an upgrade. But when you do it from the get go, you're doing what you said. You're splitting it. But honestly, they're doing it smart because you're not really splitting it because you're gonna use the cloud gaming.
Yeah.
That's what we presume. So you're gonna match the same graphics with the cloud gaming. So you're not gonna see that big difference. I'm pretty sure you have to have a difference because you're paying for it.
Yeah.
So I would expect to see a difference, and like it is what we talk about, and that's what we're just saying, that you want to have an edge over it, and if you got it, you can spend it and have it. I think that's great. I don't know what you guys think. I think it's fine. This is something that we're gonna learn from this too, and so is Xbox gonna learn on launching 2 consoles on the get go. I think this is something we're gonna learn too, to see if there's gonna be an effect on the market.
I think a lot of it has to do with pricing. I don't
Yeah,
know if
of
you guys
course.
were around when the PS3 came out. Probably you're probably too
Yeah.
young when the PS3
No,
came out.
I remember. I was old enough.
Do you remember the 2 consoles that came out?
Oh, actually, no. I
Okay.
don't remember.
The riddle. Do you remember the 2 consoles when the PS3? So when PS3 came out, they actually had 2 consoles. There wasn't big differences. The only difference was the hard drive space and the amount of USB ports. But the price was like
that's
100.
right.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Yeah,
I
I know.
forgot about that.
I thought that was just a slim version, though.
I totally forgot
I
about
forgot that was
yeah.
2 different. Oh,
No.
yeah, that's right.
And then one of them had backwards compatibility too.
Yeah.
So some people were willing to pay the extra $100 for the extra 2 USBs but most of the people generally always try
Went
to
for
buy
the
the
cheaper.
cheaper one.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm wondering if they took that in consideration, because if when you go to the store, whatever, Amazon, GameStop, Xbox, Best Buy, and you walk up and you see one that's $400 and you see one that's $600, which one do you get?
Lockhart's gonna do that well.
No, you think everybody will just, fork out the extra money?
I mean, the fact that it doesn't have a disc tray, I feel like is really important.
Okay.
And you can say the same
I
for
was gonna
that.
say, do you use the disc tray a lot?
She
Yeah,
does.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
I never use it.
She
now.
uses it, and every time she uses it, she
complains.
gets
And
angry.
now,
complains
and now
about it.
GameStop has the promotion.
Oh,
so.
now that totally changes.
Yeah.
It. Definitely.
So, and that's just the beginning of the promotion. You don't know what they're gonna come out with later. Like,
Yeah.
what if they come out with something even better?
That's true.
I might start buying like solely hard copies.
And there's a lot of people like you.
Mm-hmm.
And
There's a lot of people that like to collect the CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Like our
that's
man
fine.
Hitman. You know Hitman. He always says how he always likes the physical copies of the games.
Likes to touch it, play with it, lick it.
But I think that's something that's also why I brought up the whole is this new Xbox that they're releasing soon, the SAD? Is it? That's what the acronym was. Is
What's
it
up
gonna?
with the acronym?
It's just, I don't know, it's stuck
Xbox.
in my head because they said it, and I'm like, damn, that's kind of. Did the marketing team not think of that? How the acronym would work out, that it would be SAD, Xbox SAD. But
Yeah.
But to me, like, so it's kind of hard when you first buy a system. Not everybody has $500-600 to buy a system. As far as when I buy products like this, I kind of try to future proof myself because I think of it as, okay, I might spend the extra now and it'll save me money later.
Yeah.
So if I were to buy one, I would buy the Anaconda because I think that in the future I might want to have the strongest one, and not, instead of having to buy two systems, I'd rather just get the best one at front.
No.
I would do it that way. Same thing.
Same thing when I buy a laptop. Like when I buy a laptop, I try to get which one's the one with the most RAM, the biggest hard drive, the biggest, screen. That way in the future, I don't have to then start changing RAM and some of these are already soldered, so you can't. So
No, like right now, I would love to have a Pro right now. After seeing all the stuff like you can run,
And
it's
just the
much
way it
easier,
looks. Have you
looks
ever
better.
seen the difference?
Yeah, it's like a big difference. PlayStation 4, the first gen and the Pro, it's been a big time difference in technology, with HDR, 4K.
Yeah, like the jumps.
So it's been a big difference, and that's why I think that Sony did it right, because we got to see that difference, and there's a big difference between them. But when you're launching both at the same time, it's like basically what you said is just, are you gonna future proof it or are you gonna buy two consoles?
I figured out what SAD means.
yes, thank you. Please tell
It's
us.
Xbox S all digital. That's why it's SAD.
Oh, that is
That's
sad.
what it was. Thank you for correcting us. So it's sad because it's all digital.
Mhm.
All right, cool. So that's it. So Xbox fans out there, that's what you guys got coming for you in the future. Xbox Lockhart or Anaconda. So we're gonna go into what is coming out this week. Riddle, you have a soft, beautiful. So Riddle, you have a beautiful, sweet voice. Hitman's not here with this deep radio voice. Can you please tell me what games I can spend my money on this week?
Of course. So the games of the week, we have Assassin's Creed DLC coming out for every console.
So this DLC is for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it's basically gonna let us play and see what happened to the city of Atlantis. Spoiler: there's no Aquaman.
Oh man, that's the best part.
So all these girls that wanted to see Jason Momoa, you're not gonna see him here. But yeah, so this DLC is dropping this week. I highly recommend you get it.
It sounds like an interesting story. I think they could have made a game about
basically
based
that.
on that.
Yeah.
It would have been cool.
April 23rd.
What else is coming out? April 23rd.
Okay, also on April 23rd, an Xbox exclusive, Fade to Silence.
Okay, so this game looks very interesting. It kind of looks like a psychological game where you're kind of fighting your inner demons, and you're trying to keep advancing and trying to fight that whole thing.
Interesting.
And it's when I was checking it out, I thought it was pretty cool.
I
And
saw that
it's
you build
basically-
like buildings and stuff there too.
So you fight fear, basically, and all those things. So you're trying to fade into silence.
That's cool.
After that, we're gonna play this little game that
Which I'm so excited about. It looks so cute. It's
Really?
for the PS4 and it has PSVR mode. It comes out April 22nd and it's called Jupiter and Mars.
Oh, that's a dolphin game, right?
It is.
Yes. Oh yeah. They released this when they did the state of play.
It looks
They showed it.
really
they showed It
cool.
off.
Can you imagine
it's
this
Echo
in
the
VR?
Dolphin VR.
Echo the
right?
dolphin.
That's crazy.
So
Oh.
basically, you're a dolphin.
No,
Nice.
so what it is it's it tells the tale of Jupiter and Mars. Basically, I guess there's a group of whales that are like the elders, and they tell the story of how Jupiter and Mars like saved them. Like,
Got it.
Let's see.
So the gameplay is you're a dolphin and you control the other dolphin through sonar, and you guys help each other out solving puzzles and basically saving the galaxy.
yeah, well, saving their kind because there's no people. Everything's submerged in water. This is after like human beings are gone.
Riddle tricked me. What else? There's another VR game coming out, right?
Well, we have to hit the heavy hitter. That's coming out April 23rd also.
No, wait. What happened to the chair one?
Wait.
there, it's right under-
It's we're doing this in this
Oh,
order.
someone's in a rush.
I know, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Also on April 23rd, Mortal Kombat 11 is coming out for the Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PC.
Can't wait. I'm excited.
I gotta play all the ones I got.
I was about to say
The
that.
trifecta.
We already spoke about this. I'm excited. Can't wait.
I'm not looking forward to this.
What?
You are not?
Yeah,
Look
you
at
are.
Cyrex. Look at
Because
Cyrex.
I
Come on,
know
come
that
on.
when I get on, all of you guys are going to be playing this, and I'm going to be playing Siege by myself.
I'll be dreaming, son.
Oh,
I'll be dreaming.
Don't get ahead of us, DJ Fuego.
yeah. So next,
But we know what we're gonna play for next week's
Yeah.
after party.
definitely.
Also, April 23rd for the PS4, a game called A Chair in a Room, Greenwater.
Like when you read the title, you're kind of like, "What, a chair in a room? Like what that?" But then you look at the trailer, like, dude, this looks kind of freaky. So we're actually gonna get Riddle.
Mhm.
We're gonna sit her in a chair.
And we're
Put
gonna
her in
turn
a
off all the
room.
lights.
We're gonna leave her there for a whole day and see if this game affects her mentally. You think you can make it out alive?
Oh boy.
I want to see Riddle first of all even play a scary VR game because I personally just beat Until Dawn: Rush of Blood and it was
You've
a
only
nice
told us
experience.
that like 50 times
No,
today.
but the viewers don't know. Calm down. You see, our pre show talks
But
don't, don't
if
go
you
live.
were there in when he was playing, all you hear is him screaming. Oh my gosh! Why?
I'm not
Why do you have
I'm
to
not
do
a
that?
person
If
for
you
scary
think
games or
he's
movies.
bad,
No,
imagine,
it's because it's scary though.
imagine me and I'm high
is.
pitched.
When you're in VR and you have your 3D like head,
The
like when you have
sound
your
and
headset on,
That's awful. That's awful.
when you have your headset on, man, you're immersed. You're in there.
Yes.
So that's
Yeah.
this is another one of those games. Very
Big.
excited.
Big.
And the last game's the one
Okay.
that I'm looking forward to.
I think everyone's looking forward to this PlayStation exclusive coming out April 26th. Days Gone.
The real Warzy. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Wait, you're getting ahead of yourself
Yeah,
again.
sorry, my bad.
Come on.
So
I think
Days
this is-
Gone.
I think this game is amazing
I think
because
that-
you really get a good story in a zombie game. Because usually the zombie game stories are the same.
Last of Us.
Yeah, well, that's not a zombie
Well,
thing.
yeah, I guess.
You
If
know,
yeah.
but well, that's why Last of Us is really good though. It's because it has a good story. But like Resident Evil and stuff like that, it's not as good. This Days Gone is gonna have a great story.
I'm hoping. We're all hoping. So.
Yeah, hoping so. We'll see how that goes.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
I'm no longer setting my hopes high on games.
That's a go.
I like that one.
But that would be all for everything
Can
coming
you
out
do
this
that one
week.
again?
And that's the way the news goes.
I love Rick and Morty.
What the heck?
That was really.
That was
Oh, what was
We're gonna take control of this plane. We're gonna 9/11 it.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
You gotta get more Rick and Morty
Oh, that
sounds
was
like.
that?
I love it.
Yeah,
That
was
was
you
you.
thought that was Richie?
I can do it. I can do it.
Riggedy.
Wreck, son.
All right, let's continue.
Love it.
Let's continue.
Mr. Meeseeks, look at me.
Let's continue to the reviews that we have
All right.
for this week.
I'm just messing with you. So we're gonna review Dreams by Media Molecule Studio. You probably know them, the makers of Little Big Planet, Paper Mache guy.
Tearaway.
Tear-
It stopped the stream. What the hell?
It got crazy, bro.
It stopped here. It's giving me a red flashing mark.
It's showing me gameplay.
What?
It's fine. It's fine.
Are we
It's
back
working.
on? Oh, it's okay. We're back on.
Yeah.
All right, we're back on. I don't know where I left off, but I'll repeat everything again.
That was freaking Phil Spencer trying to sabotage our show because you're talking about dreams.
Yeah.
So Dreams is a game where you make games. They give you all the tools, all the tool sets, sculpting, painting, electronics to make the little robots move, talk.
So right now it's
Everything
just
like that.
early access.
It is early access.
So when the game comes out, it will be a full-fledged game.
Full-fledged game with a story mode and everything.
Okay.
It's very nice. They have the story mode will have like 3 stories on it, 3 separate stories, and you go right through them. But what we're working with right now, we basically have 1 million games already. Not 1 million, but we have a lot. I would say more than 200 games that already people are making. We're making one ourselves. It's been coming together. It takes a while to, get used to the game. And
Wait, we're so sorry about this. I don't know.
YouTube, you suck.
It's frozen for you, but not for me. We're
It's
still.
not?
You know,
no,
we're
good.
still going.
All
We're
right.
good.
Yeah, we're
All right,
just
so I'm
keep
still
the-
going.
yeah, just
Sorry
keep
about
going.
that, guys. So yeah, Dreams as a review, I think it's still missing because it's it's a beta. It's still it needs a lot of updates. I think it needs a little bit of an update on how to use the tools. I do say that this game is kind of hard for somebody that's not used to art or doesn't know how to use 3D art, but they do make it in a way where you can use it, and if you give it time, you can master it. And it's not that much time like other games. Like you probably play like 80 hours of Rainbow Six, and then you finally mastered your gun, and you can shoot people and pixel
80
peek
hours
and
in
all
this
that stuff.
game, you can start making
Exactly,
so
like
much
like
stuff.
Prodigy. I tell everybody, I go, you give basically, I would say like 10 hours, good hours, and you're modeling, you're doing this stuff, you master it. Like it's crazy, and you could. There's the cool thing is that there's so much things you can do. Like people ask me, can you do this? Yes. Can you do that? Yes. Can you do? And you can do basically anything.
Whatever
And-
you want.
Yeah, because they give you all the right tools to do that, and it's very perfectly made. I think the game, and the way they do it, it's not so technical. It's not so crazy. You can do whatever you want, and it's fun. I mean, like today we saw my nephew, not nephews.
Yeah.
Yeah, they made. I'm like, I always get mixed up with the words. So my nephews, they started getting into that, and he loves the game. And he's what, 9 years old? 10 years
Yeah,
old? 9
9.
years old. He made a little character, a little puppet, and he made other puppets. And he's like, I'm gonna make a 4-player game. And he started looking at the tools, and follow me tool. I don't know, let me put it. And he makes other puppets follow him. So he's like, zombie game, that's it. And I'll make this guy jump super high, and we have to escape from the zombies. And they were at it for like 3 hours just playing that. and it's fun for them. I think it's great. And to see a 8-year-old create a little game it only took him like 20 minutes or less. And he created it. And all you got to do is add little stuff here and there. It's something very nice and very creative and very artistic. And to see, like, I have given it in our little studio. I give it to a parent that he's probably like, I don't know how, he's pretty old. And he loves it. He loves it. He's not that old, but
Yeah.
he loves it. He's playing it. And he's like, I can't wait to get home. I want to do what I was doing. I was doing this desert. I'm doing a river. I have ideas to make a wall and houses. And it's very nice to see that passion. And honestly, he's never played video games. He never had a 3D or anything. And he's going at it and he's mastering it. And that's why I tell everybody. Everybody's like, it's so hard. How do you do that? Like, it's crazy. How do you... And I do it like in 20 minutes or less. Like, and me and Prodigy were playing last night. We did like what 3-4 things like in.
And Riddle, you were
in an
watching
hour.
too.
Yeah.
I put share play on and she was watching me. It's like just doing stuff
I
at
think
different levels.
it's great that a game like this, because there's nothing like that, and to give a chance for all of us to create what we always wanted to create. And to see a difference in gaming, because we all know that all the games are almost the same. Everything's the same. And there's companies that are not willing to like put the money in to create a certain game. Like, hey, your idea, I don't know if we're going to make a lot of money on it. But what if you give a chance to 1 million people to try out those games and maybe they like it? I mean, look at the game of the year, like a past, what was that? I don't know when. What was that little simple game? You're in the desert and you look for friends.
Journey.
Oh, that was a while back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people can create that. And they made those games, and it's insane. I think it's a game in its own. And what if somebody makes a game that's way better than any other AAA game that we might see that?
Yeah.
I can see that happening, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Some of the
I
stuff
do
people
too.
are creating. is
What
awesome.
I find incredible is that this game, just came out like a week ago.
Yeah.
And when Prodigy was share playing with me, we were going into it's been out for only a week, and people have made games that look incredible.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, we go in the game, and the art is just insane. Especially you only have a week to learn how to use this thing, you know? And you're making everything, like, from scratch. And the cool thing is that you have access to all of these people's games.
Yeah.
So you can play it, like just jump in a game and play so many different kinds of games and see what people have created. And I think that's like awesome.
And what's cool is it's not just video games. It does music. It does art. It does
People
3D,
have done movies and
animation,
like animations
movies.
of stuff.
That's what I was gonna say. Like
It caters to so much.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. It's very nice to see that, and you can also just make tools and make little figures, and everybody uses it, and you're part of the game just because you made a figure, and everybody's using that figure in their game, and you're like, wow, I made that. That's cool, and they're using it in. It feels great. It feels really good when you do that, and like I tell everybody, once you do one little thing, you feel so good when you do it.
Like me.
That's what I was gonna say. The example of yesterday, like we did a little desert sand thing. When we did it, we're like, "What? That was awesome."
I like created something where
Awesome.
it made like an effect of sand in the wind and moving.
Yeah,
And after DJ and I were experimenting, I kept talking to him, figuring out what we could do, and we saw it, and we're like, "Damn! Like that felt so good. We created what we wanted to create."
and it felt like we were like a little studio. You know,
Yeah,
like
we're
working
making
on
our
a
own
problem,
stuff and-
bugging something, or it just felt that way, and it felt really good. And I talk to other people, and they say the same thing. Like the best thing is when you complete it and you just play it and it works. And you're like, wow, I did that. It's amazing. I really want to try to make something and people share my little thing. I haven't had that experience. I want to have that experience. I think it'll be great.
I think that's what makes dreams so good. It's the ability to make you feel the sense of accomplishment, and that's what I was talking to my brother about. Just the thought of I created that. I made that happen. When Riddle gets to play a map that we create and seeing the joy, the happiness, like that must be such a great feeling. That's the kind of feeling that the big, developers get to feel, or even in indie games they get to feel all that. So Dream gives you the opportunity to have that experience.
Exactly.
So I just can't wait to let us be able to create something and just put it out there and let people enjoy it and just have that feedback. Like, hey, some games actually touch people a certain way that could change their lives. So if you're able to create something through Dreams and create something that changes someone's life, would be amazing. And I like the way they did the game. I haven't had a chance. Like I said, I was out of town. I mean, not out of town. I was out of internet. So I want to get into it, do the tutorial. Is the tutorial good in a way that it tells you and shows you how to create the games?
Yes, it is. I think it's still missing a little bit more, a little bit more in depth. The way they do the tutorial is like they make a little storyline, and you have to make little things to finish the little story. So it's kind of cool because it's like a hands-on tutorial. You know, make a bridge. So you create a bridge, and the guy tells you this is how you create a bridge, and this is how you move a block, and this is how you create the sounds for the fire. It goes all individual in art, cinematics, everything. So it's very nice. I think they just need a little bit more, because I went through it and I'm still asking a few questions on the community, and I wanted to point out the community of
It's the best community.
It's the best community
meet.
I ever had. Super friendly. They'll answer you back. They'll even do it for you. And be
They'll
like,
do a
"Here,
video for
Take
you."
it.
Like we had an example, DJ Fuego. We're planning on making our own dreams thing, which we're gonna document.
Yeah.
And we're gonna post on the show. But we had somebody that's gonna develop our music and help out, and we asked somebody in the community, DJ Fuego did, and she made a whole video on a tutorial on how music works from the basics.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
And she did it the
awesome.
same day almost.
Yeah, she did it a day
Like,
later. We asked.
Not
her.
even. I think it was
Yeah.
like 6 hours after I asked her. And she's like, "Okay, I'll do it for you. That's cool. It's all right." And I compliment her, and I be like, "Look, I got another idea for your stream. Like here, I think will be a good compliment on your stream." And they really appreciate all the questions, and they're very friendly. And it's very nice to have that community, because you don't have that.
You don't have
Everybody's
that
always
in
bashing you and
Yeah.
talking crap online. Like, really, you don't need that.
So right now, I think is a perfect time to jump on this game. It costs $30.
Yes.
You buy it now, and you get early access to the game, and you get the complete game when it actually
comes
goes
out.
green.
Yes.
So and when it goes green, it'll probably be $60, like most AAA games for PlayStation are.
Yeah.
So we highly recommend that you guys jump on this game now and start making games. So when the full-fledged game comes out and people start jumping on it, they can play whatever you created. And like Riddle says, the beautiful thing is that you can have like this spectrum of games. Like you could go from hammers that hammer nails in and hit balls into nets, and then you're breaking like a jigsaw puzzle floor.
That's like a versus
to like
game.
a photorealistic shooting game.
Or like some platformer RPGs. You could anything you could think of. They got everything.
Sonic. They got Crash. They got
I played Sonic.
Tomb Raider.
I love that
They
level.
have they have
Super Mario.
They have Super Mario. They have this girl that walks on walls and is first person.
Mirror's Edge.
Mirror's Edge. Somebody made a
parkour game.
like really good.
So
it's insane.
It's crazy.
The cool thing is that eventually they'll give it's backwards compatible, so in PlayStation 5
definitely.
it'll probably get more boost. And eventually they talked about adding VR support, right?
Yes, VR and multiplayer. That's the only thing that it doesn't have right now. But the full game will have VR and multiplayer. So people are already creating multiplayer games, expecting it to happen. It's gonna be crazy.
Great.
Okay. So we all give it a thumbs up.
Oh,
for sure.
definitely.
All right,
Definitely.
cool. Let's talk
I'm
about.
gonna leave my thumbs up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so from one game to other, War Z came out this week. Oh, something happened to Riddle's arms.
What happened to your hands?
Hitman in the chat room's chiming in. I want my money back. So what happened? Like, we were super excited for this game.
Yeah, it's all Riddle's fault. That's all I'm saying from now.
She's the one that was like
She's the one that
hyping it
hyped us
up.
up.
She was the hype
Mhm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
It looks so good.
They pulled a Ubisoft on us. They pulled a fast one.
Big time.
Retard alert.
That's not what I wanted to play, but
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
But
So what
Riddle,
happened?
let's get into it.
So if you didn't already watch our stream, because me and Prodigy did stream.
and Hitman as well.
Hitman. Don't forget about him, man.
Oh, I was thinking about the first stream that we did.
Yeah,
it was
the
just
first
me
one
and
you
you.
did.
The one
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
crashed.
Yeah. We streamed again with Hitman.
Okay.
And we talked about all the things we didn't like. And I don't think there were any things that we did like.
We're the only people playing
depends
this
what you're
game
talking
right now.
about,
That's how
because
trash
I
it is.
actually
We
like
played
the
Beast.
I like
We
the
played
code.
Duck. We
Oh,
played
no.
this
This
squad.
game was
That was the
sold
same
out
time.
at every fucking GameStop and Best Buy in
one
my
big
area,
downside was the
so
multiplayer.
There's no way
I
we're
think
the only people playing
Riddle
this.
Riddle, Hitman, and I can all agree.
partner
And
Or we
just
DJ,
happened to
that did
queue
watch
with the
us
same
play for a
people.
little bit,
Look,
and also
Didn't we
attest
play
to
with that guy too?
how
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
disappointed we were, left with
Okay,
what
there's
we
some
got
echo
as a multiplayer
going
in this
on.
game.
But why? Tell us why. I want to know why.
Okay, I like the multiplayer mode better than the co-op mode.
Really?
But I'm
You
just
like
not,
the Left 4 Dead wannabe part?
I'm just not happy.
No, backwards.
Oh, you like the multiplayer?
Yeah, I like the multiplayer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Multiplayer.
All right.
I thought the okay. So what are we gonna talk about first? The multiplayer.
You could let's talk about multiplayer. Let's talk about what we didn't like. Let's go with that section.
Alright, pick your class.
Go ahead.
No,
You go.
Pick your
You were
character. Who
talking.
cares what character you are?
Okay. So
What matters is your class, because
the
you're
first
screwed.
thing I would have to like
That's what I
think
said,
about
pick your
the
class.
multiplayer
I
mode
still
was
gotta pick
that
my
there's no
face.
such thing as a headshot.
You better hurry up and pick your
That
face. You only got
bothers me
3
so
seconds to
much.
pick your
On
class.
the zombies, it did though,
Where's
right?
that echo
Oh yeah,
coming from?
zombies
It's
one
from
shot
Hitman.
headshot.
I
Hitman
think a
disconnect your
zombie's
microplate.
like one bullet kill. I think.
Well, no, it's like
Two
three
kills or
or
three-
two
yeah.
bullets to kill a
Okay.
zombie.
It's not that hard.
But yeah, when you hit a zombie in the head, his head blows up and yeah, he's down.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when you fight against
Real
real
A real person.
There.
Actually, our man Hitman's calling in.
oh boy.
Is this the map you're
Hello,
talking about?
Hitman.
The snow one? I haven't played this one.
Yeah.
What's going on?
He's
I like
passionate
this one.
about this,
I
you
think
can
it's
tell.
because there's
About the whole World War
it's
Z
not as
thing.
leveled as the
That's
other one.
perfect.
He was
I don't
Like
like
there's so many
that.
levels.
He's probably the
So-
most mad at
Yeah.
me about it.
yeah.
How do I sound now?
You sound good.
Co-op mode over the
Yes.
multiplayer?
Google, there's no vector power in
I
this
thought
damn
that they
game
would add
because
attachments to
it's
the
like
weapons. You know how I
shooting
am
like
with that.
no,
Yes,
Yes,
we know.
yes,
we know you love to
and
customize your
Alright, how do
weapons.
I get my sensitivity
Maybe some sort of
up?
progressive
I can't play
system.
like this.
Because I know that you can get like a heavy gun, like you can in multiplayer, to help you out, but they just didn't add more. Besides the fact that the multiplayer is very buggy and it's just not very, I guess it's clunky right now. But the co-op mode, they could have added that or more to it. I think they still can with maybe an update.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're watching the show and they're thinking, oh, we can totally do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I thought I'd call you guys and chime in right before Game of Thrones, because the Game of Thrones is going to start in about 15 minutes. Sorry I couldn't be there today.
That's all
I
good.
had family over and stuff, so.
So you
But I'll be there
wanted them
next
to
Sunday.
add more attachments, add more substance to the game.
Yeah, and maybe some customization to each character would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, are we?
For those
Are we gonna like 4 years from now play this back like the whole Rainbow Six Siege thing? 'Cause I don't know if you remember. These are the same exact words you said when Rainbow
Well,
Six
but-
Siege came out.
Wait, this is not Rainbow.
No, but this is not rainbow.
Well, that's
Okay.
true.
Okay.
This isn't a rainbow game, but I think I haven't bashed it enough like I did with Rainbow. I do want my money back, and I was in it to a small degree, but I want them to update it. Use the money that I invested, just like Riddle and you did, and everybody else, to invest in the game.
And make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, make it a little bit better.
So co-op is okay. Multiplayer, what? Straight up garbage.
I don't like it.
See,
It's,
One thing I did see in the multiplayer was the zombie, like when your squad is taking up a flag or whatever the section, then the zombies start coming in and they start attacking you. They don't attack the other team. I noticed,
No, that was like
huh?
mm,
And
yeah,
like the other
zombies-
team is
There's
like
certain
sitting
times, yeah,
in the
there's certain
back
times
and
where
just
it's
letting the zombies like pick you off, kind of, and then they just start shooting you while you're trying to fight the zombies at the same time. It's just not. It's
well,
unfair.
When the waves come,
Yeah.
it does say like wave in the street. So
Yeah.
if you're in the street,
So you're gonna
that's-
get caught.
Yeah,
different sections.
yeah,
and what-
yeah,
'cause
yeah, they'll
every time
throw
I
the
saw you,
waves.
you were taking a flag, and all the zombies start coming in. And you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
not
that
fair.
that part is where the game is adaptive. Like you have to move around in that kind of.
Yeah.
But I guess it prevents people from camping,
Yeah.
even though somehow we still get camped and killed right away. I don't understand it.
If you guys did
I
watch
guess I
the
just don't
stream, you could see
understand the hit system yet, because it's a little.
It's
yeah,
a little
how
weird.
much
Too
damage?
much.
Like it's just it makes no
It
sense.
feels
at all.
inconsistent to
It's
me.
yes, it does. And when you
Yeah,
play, you
maybe
can
we just don't
definitely feel
understand it.
What they should just add is first aid. They have first aids.
it. No,
It's
That's what I
regen,
think
right?
they should
regen
use.
after
they have
you-
regen
Yeah, regeneration.
Yeah, I didn't like
They
that.
do have that in
in the co-op
mode,
where
but
you can
not
heal
in
each other and stuff like that. You have
multiplayer.
first
Yeah, I
aid.
don't understand that. That would fix the, like if I kill you, you're dead, and there's no regen. But the reward if you get a first aid guy there packing them up, I think it would fix that.
I
that
feel
whole
like
thing.
a class system would have been cool, kind of how they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
But
a
the
class.
they do have a class system, but that's just basically weapons,
Weapons,
though, right?
Yes,
not
it's,
not
it's
abilities.
not even abilities, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's true. Each weapon is yeah, that's true.
See,
And that whole menu thing kind of sucks too, because once you pick it, you can't go back and it's really
Yeah.
fast.
Oh, yes.
It makes zero sense.
Also, you cannot change your
You
class
can't
or
change class
character.
while you're in game.
You
no,
cannot.
That's
No,
what
you
sucks.
can't.
That's
That
another
is-
really, really
yes.
bad
So you
thing
pick it
about
at the beginning, and then you're stuck throughout the whole
Stuck.
thing.
Yeah.
And another issue we found
Yeah.
is how fast the timer goes down when we're.
Yeah, it's like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Like
Hurry up
20,
and
I
pick.
don't even know.
Yeah.
And when you've already, let's say, when you're in Siege and you're loading to find a game, you can't. So in World War Z, once you're loading to find a game, you can't back out. You literally have to close your app.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it wouldn't let you back out. You don't remember that?
Yeah. I know. What you're
Yeah,
talking
you
about.
would have to everyone
think in
has
the-
to
yeah.
close their app.
That happened in the
And
stream
then
one time.
invite
Who are the
everyone.
makers
Got a
of
headshot,
World War Z?
baby.
Was it Ubisoft?
No, it's
No.
Saber
No.
Interactive.
Oh my Saber
gosh,
Interactive.
bro.
Okay, maybe we should send them a clip of today's
Where's
show
my-
and have them watch it.
Crazy.
They
Crazy.
need to do something.
Twitter is a magical thing, man. I'll do that. I'll send them. I'll do that. I'll send it to them. What about
What's a
co-op?
Twitter?
I liked co-op a
I'm
lot.
just kidding.
I like-
just heard. I
The
just heard
co-
Riddle sigh.
The co-op is what I was most disappointed.
Really?
I
Oh, great.
when
she
they
comes
when they
from-
released
you
the
know what she
trailer,
wants?
it made
She
it
wants-
We have
seem
to
like
kill
there
them
was
and
going to be
take their
such a good storyline.
It's because she comes from the Left for
And
Dead.
The
I don't know, I'm not used to the maps,
intro
but I'm there.
for co-op was less than 30 seconds, I think. It was
I killed
so
one, but I
bad.
died from behind.
And then once you're
Using my
playing the
shield.
co-op mode, when it jumps
Yeah,
to
from
like
New York.
like you've reached your objective of what you've done.
I think we are playing the Division 2. You know?
It'll
Cool, cool.
continue the story
Looks
like
like it.
literally less than 10 seconds, and it's a guy saying,
And
"Hey,
they-
we need to
Did you get
open
that
this
guy?
door.
Good job.
Can you
And they
guys
have
get it
normal
open?"
clothes, and
Boom.
they eat as
That
much
was
bullets
like
as they
that's
do in
the
Division.
next part of the story. Like
Headshots
it's
don't
so
count.
bad. It's
So no
bad.
narrative.
Story
got-
mode isn't the greatest.
Yeah.
It kind of.
I like the gameplay. I thought it was fun.
they
I
got all
love
three
seeing
of
the
us.
hordes of zombies
guy.
come
Dude,
at
how
us,
did
and we're
they
like, "Oh
ca-
crap,
how did
we
they
gotta
get all
set
their
up, put
stuff?
the turrets down, put the machine guns
I
down."
Well,
wanted
they're getting
this
so
game
many
to be
points.
more like the movie, sort of, where they were looking for. I guess they didn't find a cure, but ways to fight them. And
Well, you just gotta
I
be
bet they would
sick.
add that into it.
I don't
In
know.
the movie, you just had to be sick.
Just catch a cold and you're good.
Yeah, I thought they would add that into.
But
the
I
game
see where
somewhat.
Riddle's
I
coming
don't
from.
I mean,
Do you have a problem with the gameplay? I know you have a problem with the story, but did
okay,
you find the
so
gameplay fun or
we
not
would-
even
no,
not worth it?
I thought it was boring. It wasn't challenging.
What?
I don't.
We're
didn't
playing
think
on
it was-
normal.
The only thing, yeah.
Did you guys
There
win?
was an easy mode and a normal mode. I
And
put us to normal.
I think you guys failed.
We failed. Yes, we did.
But I was
Yeah, I think
like,
we
I
did.
was
Second
so
episode.
bored
In the
though
second
that I
episode.
wasn't even like really into it.
I loved it.
I would kill a lurker. Like there was a lurker like in the corner. I would kill him, and he spawned like spawned back like 5 seconds later.
Yeah.
I hated that. I was just like,
I
she doesn't
actually
have-
think
I
they did
forgot
a
different
good
classes have
job when
different
it came to zombie AI.
What does she
You know, I'm
have?
not talking about
Yeah.
spawning,
What
but
mission
zombie
is
AI
this
was
one?
awesome. I love the rusher, the armored guy. I don't know if you guys saw like our co-op stream.
no, slamming
Oh,
The
yeah.
armored
Yeah.
guy
Zombies
that
are
was
kind
like
of just
picked
like
up
added into the game.
hitman
They're
and
not
slammed
really
him on the
Yeah,
big a
ground.
deal.
Or you have like the
Which is
the
cool.
people that
They
jump
don't
at
take that
you and
much damage
pin
and
you
shit.
down, the more the skinny ones, like the fast ones that run at you.
lurker. That one.
Mhm.
Lurker.
You got the
Screamer?
screamers, which you hear them howling from the
Oh
back,
my
and you see all the
goodness,
zombies
bro.
rushing behind them. Like I think they did a
Frustrating.
pretty good
What?
job doing their zombies in this game. I liked it a lot.
So they asked
Yeah,
in
you
the
don't
chat
like the
room.
fact that they pile up at the wall and you have to break the wall down at the base. I thought
dead.
that
I'm
whole
dead because
feature
of
was
this
Oh,
cool.
Just
that,
pick up
I
some
love
plot
that.
supply.
I
Oh
thought,
yeah, from the movie
If
when
you
they
have
start
an NGL,
pyramid.
just shoot the bottom
yeah.
and break it down.
All we did was kill the bottom ones, and you saw them all collapse and fall down.
Mm-hmm.
They're
I
definitely.
thought it's challenging in that aspect.
Yeah. I thought it
So
was
do
cool.
you think this game has a chance? So they're asking
Yes.
in the chat room, should we buy it? Should they buy it? Should they wait? Should they
I-
wait till they fix
I
it?
think, in
right
my opinion,
now,
say wait.
no.
I say wait
wouldn't
for
recommend
sales.
it now.
I would.
I
wait
think
for
a
it.
Halloween
say wait.
sale, like a Halloween sale, they'll do it. And I think it
If
would be.
World War Z was paying us to say to buy it, then I would say buy it, but they're not. So wait.
So you heard it here. Hitman's looking for some sponsoring kickback.
But I think
I'm
definitely
only gonna
wait
say
for-
buy it if they're paying us to buy it.
And watching you guys play, I didn't like the sound of the machine gun. It
Oh,
was like the
that
same,
I can nitpick so much.
and like the
when it
whole
comes to
time you're
multiplayer.
shooting is like the same sound
Yeah,
the whole
the
time.
sounds are terrible.
It's like trrrr,
Yeah, the sounds in multiplayer are
trrrr,
terrible.
Like it's terrible.
The,
I'm
the
like,
guns, like when the bullets whiz by you, are terrible. The
Yes,
3D audio is
that
garbage.
bothered me so much.
There's certain audio voice
It's the
lines where
same
they sound
sound.
like they got the voice lines from like a PlayStation 2 game and inserted it here. I can nitpick so much when it comes to
So
that.
it's terrible.
So you guys hear it.
Alright.
Don't get it.
Now,
Pass.
The pros,
No.
I
Get
do
your
like
money
the
back.
Weapon selection. They have some good weapons.
They have
in
some
there.
pretty good weapon selections though. They have
There's
a pretty
some,
good variety.
They have all real weapons, you know, not
Yeah, I
fake
know.
guns like Metal Gear Solid 5 did. We won't go there.
Oh man, somebody's still butthurt about that.
Yeah.
But
So
I think
there is that pro to it. I like the characters that they have in the game, like their own little.
they have their own little
customizations
backstories.
that they added
Also,
to it.
yeah. If you look into it,
Yeah, it's cool.
I think that if they fix a couple of things here and there,
it can be a pretty.
it could be
a solid game.
something.
Yeah.
But as it stands right now, I think it's safe
And the
hold
game
your money.
looks good.
Yeah, it looks
Like overall, it looks good.
Does it run good?
It's for $40.
multiplayer. There's
Yeah, I
points
think it runs
where
pretty
I was
smooth.
gonna say,
yeah,
does the
in
frame drop?
multiplayer the frames do drop on certain maps. Like this one, the hospital, where it's dusty, like sand, and like a sandstorm kind of comes in when waves of zombies come in. The frames drop
To
there.
like
Yeah.
10.
No, not that low, but you can definitely tell that the frames drop. But overall, co-op, like on the story mode and everything, it runs fine.
Yeah.
All right.
So those are the pros and cons, I would say, of that game.
Mhm.
And then the pros of that is $40. That is a pro.
Yeah,
Close
it's
to
not a
60.
full-fledged $60 game.
Yeah, but dude, like, what? How many? There's only 2 modes. There's multiplayer and there's
In multiplayer,
Co-op?
you got your basics. You got your capture the flag. You got your domination, team deathmatch. The vaccine one where you got to hold like an item.
Yeah.
You know, the basic.
I feel like they
multiplayer
can
modes.
even add another game mode to
They
that
can.
game.
They can. Of course, they can.
Yeah,
And then
horde
for
mode.
story, you have 4 different like countries, and in those countries, you have like 4 different episodes, which can last you like an hour, probably per episode.
Yeah.
damn.
So you get like over maybe 12 hours of story, and then
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I'd say let's get back on it,
But
play it,
I think
engage in it.
But it
Finish
does
out.
The game's a bit
need lot
frustrating.
of
there is a
content,
lot of
I think.
fixing that. I
Yes.
believe there should be.
Yeah.
What did you
Yeah.
think of it?
I mean, Rainbow Six did too, since
That's
I
what
don't know,
I was
Roger
saying.
brought it up how I bashed it during the beta, and they did fix it.
Do you
So
think there was anything wrong with
I don't
it?
know if this company can do it, but you never know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, I
So
think
just
we
stay
shall see.
tuned. We'll see. We'll let you know if there's new updates. Hitman, thank you
think
for
I could
calling us.
pinpoint
Keep
what it is
drinking
yet.
those
Brewskis.
pina coladas.
Yeah.
I don't think we can make it
Excuse.
All right, man.
No, I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones now and see my boy Jon Snow kill
Whoa,
some
whoa,
White
whoa, whoa,
Walkers.
whoa, whoa,
Hey, hey,
whoa,
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 hey,
Calm down.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I didn't spoil
Try
anything.
it. Try this
I haven't
question
caught
this
up
time.
yet. Calm down.
Maybe what?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine.
What?
Okay.
I won't say anything.
All right.
I
You
knew
guys
it
do
was
want
a
it?
Game of
So
Thrones.
what's
For
it?
real,
Oh,
Cooper, that guy
shocker,
was
say
having
that.
a drink.
Where's the
You what
invite?
on Friday?
No, I.
The same map again? What the?
All
I
right.
told
So
you.
where's our invites to the Game of Thrones
Yeah, I knew it was
party?
a Game of Thrones party.
Oh yeah, about that. I think they're in the mail. I sent them on a Raven.
On a Raven. All
The
right.
problem with the Raven is it's not that good. All right, guys.
All right, man. Peace. So you heard it here,
Oh, I
guys.
didn't even
I don't
see
even
Cuckoo
know.
come.
Hold out.
Hey, Cuckoo.
Wait for a patch. Hopefully they fix the game. Save your $40 and buy Mortal Kombat. Or jump on Dreams.
Or Days Gone. Yeah,
Or
Dreams,
Days
Days
Gone.
Gone.
Dreams,
So
and
many
save
different
$10.
things we got coming out.
You know, even for the same amount of money, you could get Dreams and make a better.
And make
Better
it
make
better.
it-
James did one right now.
my 9-year-old made a better Warzy game in half an hour.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it.
So, guys, we want to thank everybody for watching. Sorry about all the hiccups with YouTube and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
and
We'll
for
try to fix it next week so it can be nice and smooth and
Yeah.
not have these problems.
And since we had a lot to talk about today, like those big chunks of info for amazing consoles we're waiting for, we did have a bit longer show, but
Yeah,
thank you for
we're
sticking with
excited.
us.
Excited for that PS3. Excited for the
PS3?
Xbox 2.
PS3?
PS5, sorry.
And the Xbox sad.
And yeah, so want to thank everybody for watching. Anything before we sign off, Prodigy?
Guys, remember, this is the last week for the Avengers ticket giveaway. Keep putting in your entries so you guys can get a better chance of winning. Remember, 7 days left. We're going to be announcing it next Sunday.
So sign up. If you can't sign up, get your parents information to have them sign up.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your friends to sign up. Sign up with anybody you can. That way you could win the tickets, and then you could go with the person that helped you win. Very simple.
Exactly.
Share.
DJ Fuego, you got anything for them?
I'm gonna be dreaming in 30 minutes.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned to the documentary of DJ Fuego's upcoming
And we'll let you
PlayStation
guys know when that
4,
goes live.
PlayStation 5 game that's gonna come out. Backwards compatible.
Yeah, it's gonna have updates, gonna have patches.
You know, all the stuff you're used
just
to.
like everybody else. Yeah.
Riddle, what do you want to tell the fans?
Make sure you follow us on Instagram, subscribe to YouTube, add us on the Discord. Again, we are super active on the Discord. So if you want to talk to us, ask us questions.
Hit that bell.
Exactly.
That's what she said. So we want to thank everybody for watching. And like we always say, live in your world, but play in ours. GameBros. Peace.
Peace.
Bye.